Witch's Hill.
All right.
He's dead.
All right.
Very slowly dying. The chest compressions are slowly getting there. I hope the smell doesn't kick in soon. I fucking hate rotting corpse. Not that I know what that smells like.
Sure you don't.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I don't know. My fingers are sticky with goop.
Goop? The goop is of?
The goop of fucking yesterday's smell.
What, rotting corpses?
Yeah, yesteryear.
Why do you have the goopy smells on your finger? What are you doing with your finger? These rotting corpses.
I turned off the life support. What the fuck do you like?
That doesn't explain the goop.
I don't know what was on there, but you made me touch the button. You set me up.
This was not an inside job. You said this was from yesteryear.
You said I had to put my fingers inside.
No, I didn't.
Well, his life ended miserably then.
Welcome to Witch's Hill.
And we're experiencing new things this year. I'm Pat.
I am Tim.
And we're back with Witch's Hill, finally.
It's been a nice break.
Yeah. I mean, I never stopped working on shit.
No. In fact, I just really started... I spent a lot of time actually trying to re-put together and replan out the future for the actual studio space. We now have a lovely light-up sign.
Oh, yeah, we got a nice studio sign.
That reminds me.
Oh, you gotta turn it on now?
Well, we're recording, damn it.
Yeah, you got like a shit ton of different colors. You gotta put on the right color. It has to match his lingerie, otherwise the sequins and, Oh, he's back. Hi. Ooh, he's wearing it.
Yep, pink place.
Fuck yeah.
Sequins on the side.
Yeah, just don't fart, otherwise it's gonna sound like a teapot.
Yep. So yeah, I'm officially putting together the studio sign. I got a lot of new stuff for the studio altar. Thanks to you.
Oh, me?
And Diane.
Yeah, I brought you a skull.
Diane got me a statue of Baphomet I'm particularly proud of.
It looks very, very heavy.
It actually isn't.
Oh. Oh, wow, that's...
Not as heavy as it looks,
Yeah.
but nice.
It looks like it's made out of solid brass.
Makes a lovely centerpiece.
The centerpiece. Let's go to church.
So, we hope that everyone had some good stuff, over the holiday festive season.
Yeah, I hope your guys' stockings weren't as much filled with blood as mine was.
Hopefully, you didn't get a list of any of the things that we have with us today.
Yes, we got a lovely list of a couple different things of some of the deadliest and really horrible things that you could buy for your kids over the holidays.
Yes, this list is...
Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, there's a lot on this list that's just... It's going to make you question people's morality,
Yeah, once we get later on into the list, when you see the one we thought was the top, like...
That's funny. To me, that's funny. I mean, it's horrible, but it's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny as fuck. It's just one of those things that's so far out there that you just don't expect to fucking hear. But at the same time, those are the best things to hear. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Why are these kids eating worms? Oh no. Little Billy's doing Jenkum.
So
Sorry, I'm not going to bring that back.
I don't think it's ever going to leave. So, why don't we start just heading down the list? The first one is an ancient one. The modeled dockyard is what it was called. You want to tell us? You want to tell all our listeners about what that was?
Which one?
The model dockyard.
The model dockyard. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot what the fuck it was called for a second. All right, so apparently in the late 1800s, there was this little toy train type thing, and I'm reading off of 25 most dangerous kids' toys from list25.com, and here it says the mid 1800s believed children to be more sturdy than we do now for whatever fucking reason. That's my word. Or expendable.
Everyone was kind of.
Yeah, but the 1800s was a whole nother ballpark.
That's what I'm saying.
You're like, hey, just fuck it. Let's try to do this. Oh, we can't do that. Well, let's just improve upon it.
You're on my land. I'm gonna kill you now.
With what?
Well, they got fucking...
Apparently this train.
Yeah, this train. They killed him with the train.
Yes, this little toy train. Anyway, maybe that's why people had like a dozen children at the time. Either way, they thought it was perfectly fine to give children a toy locomotive that actually moved. Being a time before Duracell was in every home, the Stevens Company model dockyard locomotive got around this by using an actual steam engine, which required either kerosene or alcohol that the little child then had to, light to heat the water to make the steam come out and make the train go. Much like actual trains of the era, the model dockyard dripped fuel out of the back. So water mixed with kerosene. And unlike real locomotives, it didn't have tracks, so it just peed flammable liquid throughout the house. Did we mention it was made of metal and on fire on the inside? Now that is literally from list25.com. What the fuck?
That is fucking... You got a little thing pissing flammable liquid everywhere.
Yeah, well, not water.
It's just gonna fucking... I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of homes caught fire from that toy.
That'd be a perfect gift to give to your enemy. Like, if you were still friends with them, like, just keep your enemies close. And just like, here's a little gift for your little bastard. And you give them to them, and they're just like, oh, a little train. And then, next thing you know, you're smelling barbecue. Like, you won.
Oh, man.
No, I'm just saying, 1800 was a different time,
Yeah.
I mean, it was the Wild West. You had the Civil War going on. Well, in like... around the 60s, I think. So, 1860s, something. Anyway, let's move on, because trains suck.
I guess we'll move to a different form of transportation, a Sky Ranger's remote-controlled airplane.
Yeah.
I think they said this one was the 60s?
I'm not entirely sure where that one was, or like what time it actually came out. But apparently this thing was so defective that it just decided to say fuck it and go the galaxy route and explode.
Spontaneously combusting many fucking times. Like,
yes.
A child... I just can't wrap my hand around that. How do you make a children's toy that just explodes?
You just put explodable things in it.
You shouldn't put explodable things in toys, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, you shouldn't, but you asked how. And it's like, well, it's easy how. But but apparently people still bought this fucking thing for their kids. Like, if I was a parent, I wouldn't buy it for the kid. I'd buy it for myself and then show them why planes suck. And then just crash it into the ground, because I fucking hate planes.
You don't need to ruin it for everyone else.
Yes,
though.
I do. If I have to live in fear, so does everybody else.
I'm gonna specifically this spring, I'm gonna call you periodically throughout my flight to Europe. Is that just gonna give you anxiety?
Of you calling me?
Or just me being just...
Like on your phone in a plane?
Yeah.
No, that's already disproven. I mean...
Well, I mean, just because if you have a fear of flying, you have a fear of your friends flying.
I mean, if you want to risk your life, go for it. I mean...
That's a way of putting it.
I mean, I can't stop you, but, like, I'm not, no, I'll be here.
Okay. Well, into the next one. It was, actually, for a short while, years back, they sold actual children's glass-blowing kits.
Yeah.
I mean, we were having this, when we looked this up, we were having a discussion to figure out how they would light it. Would it be, like, in an oven, or would it be an actual torch? Either way... this one was in the 50s. Either way, I wouldn't be surprised if it was either or both.
Yeah, right? Like, which model do you want? Like, we have both. Fuck it. Go nuts for Christmas.
I mean, there's plenty of people I know that are like around our age, late 20s, early 30s, that shouldn't be fucking around with torches.
No.
Let alone a little fucking bastard.
Yeah. Multiple little bastards with little flames and burning shit down and trains that can light everything on fire. Fuck it. Glass blow. And look at them now. They're all stoners.
Yeah. I bet that started... That toy could have actually started the birth of one of these glass-blowing companies making these insane-looking fucking things.
It's like my son, he's dripped burning glass all over his hand. Like, dude, that looks really cool.
Hey, careers could have been made. So I guess not all was bad from that, I guess.
Unless you bought the toy, but yeah. No, I wouldn't necessarily call that a toy. I'd call that a future endeavor.
Future endeavor.
Yeah.
All right, well, on to the next one. This one I thought was particularly funny. The snack time Cabbage Patch dolls.
Yeah, this one I couldn't help but chuckle at.
I mean, okay, because apparently there was a mechanism that was a one-way battery-powered roller with no off switch in its jaw. And it would activate when you put food up to its mouth. How does it know what food is? So a giant mechanical jaw probably ate a good amount of fucking fingers.
That's a fucking horror story that, like, realistically, I would expect to hear something like that from a Furby.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was always paranoid that that's what the Furbies were going to do, but little did they know Cabbage Patch Kids around the corner were just like, yeah, we're going to fuck them up instead.
Yeah, the Cabbage Patch Kids were, like, just hanging out with the Keebler-Elves, making cookies and trees and hiding out, and it's like, okay, we're going to fuck everybody up. You guys make hard things to put in your cookies so the children choke. We'll bite their fingers off so they can't claw at their throats.
I mean, that is legitimately terrifying. That's a doll that literally will eat you.
Yeah, and like going along with the whole Furby thing, yeah, Furbies, I fully believe, just contact the devil all the time. All the time. I took batteries out of mine, and mine still talked. I had to chuck it at a wall. And these little Cabbage Patch bastards are fucking eating the fingers off of other little bastards. Like, that is fucked. That is fucked, dude. I'm scared of toys now.
I guess when when robots or AI becomes sentient, maybe if they activate other fucking robots to come alive, those things are going to fucking be actually eating people.
Just a quick little side note that I want to throw out there, just a little interjection. I read this the other day that apparently in China, I know we're getting a little derailed, but just hear me out because everybody needs to hear this, is that there was an entire lab that got slaughtered by AI robots. After they were turned off, they turned themselves back on and killed everybody.
You turned us off.
Skynet, dude. Skynet all the way. That is fucking terrifying. We are on the verge of collapse, people. Anyway, let's see what other things you can choke children with.
Well, maybe not choke them.
Blow them up, eat their fingers.
Besides all of that, what else could you potentially harm? What else is a potential way to harm kids?
I hope people don't take this out of, like, the wrong thing. Like, they're just like, let's go to this middle part in this thing. And they hear just that. Like, we're fucked.
Aquadots.
Aquadots?
Aquadots is the next one. Now, aquadots, they were these, like, little colorful beads that could be arranged into different designs and permanently set with some water. You know, okay, that sounds like one of those, like, colorful sand and shit like that, stuff you can move around. So it seems, harmless, except that the water activated a certain chemical in the glue, and it metabolized into gamma hydroxybutyrate.
What the fuck?
It's basically known as GBH, the date rape drug.
Ah!
Little beads coated with the date rape drug.
And this was given to kids.
This was given to kids.
I would sue the ever-living fuck out of whoever did that.
Well, it was a Canadian-based Spin Master. That was the makers. And an Australian-based Moose Enterprises. I feel like those names should be switched.
Yeah, a little bit.
They blamed Chinese subcontractors, but agreed to a recall all 4.2 million Aquadot kits. They did end up actually, the Canadian side of the company ended up rebranding them as Pixos, and you can actually still get them today.
Like you can, with GBH in it?
Not GBH. They rebranded them and remade it.
Oh, okay. Because let's just rebrand. Give it a different name. Pump it back out. We're not going to lose sales. Like, what the shit?
Now, when I read the story, I was worried that I was going to be like, is this going to be one of those where it's like, we can't put them off shelves? Christmas is coming.
Winter's coming.
Because I will say, legitimately, that saying actually fits there.
It really does. I mean, the holidays can go either way, especially when you're running a company, apparently. Like, well, do we need these many kids? Like, why do you think like that?
This toy could harm kids. but we really need the money.
We really need the money. Like, we could funnel, like, 5% into, like, the Children Foundation, and then that's it.
Oh, dear.
It's just fucked up, dude. People are so fucked to give kids these things, and, like, just, nah, you're good.
You're fine.
You're fine.
You'll be fine. This was actually in 2007, so this was, like, a fairly recent...
That sounds like something that would happen in, like, the 50s or 60s.
Nope, this was 2007.
What the fuck, Canada?
And Australia.
And Australia. Guys, down under, what the shit? Get your game together.
I guess it's unknown if they were, like, aware that chemical reaction would happen. I mean, it's possible that it could have been like, oh, shit. Fuck it.
Well, that's negligent then. If you're going to be putting chemicals together, it's like, we don't have to see how this is. Just give it to kids.
Yeah, let's not forego all the studies necessary to make sure this is actually safe. We're just, this'll work.
Yeah, it's almost like if you were to put out a pharmaceutical now and you just branded it as a toy, you get it out sooner rather than going through like clinical trials and shit like that. Just, fuck it, give him GBH.
You'll be fine.
I'm like, what the hell?
What's going on, guys? Oh, man.
I guess let's move on to the next one. Sky dancers.
Sky dancers. My sister had one, or two.
For those of you who don't remember what sky dancers are, they are the little things that are like on a stick. And imagine a Barbie that has like foldable wings, and it's around like a skirt type area. Yeah. And when you pull on the string, they spin like a dreidel and like a helicopter and fly up into the sky. But they don't stay up there. They come down like a fucking meteorite, and apparently they have broken people's ribs. They have like gouged eyes and a bunch of other things, and apparently they hit people so hard that you can like I said, break ribs, get concussions and stuff, which makes me think like, how the hell did you just like make this rocket and give it to kids? Like, I understand what goes up must come down, but how fucking dense are these things to break ribs? Like, are they just like, hey, fuck you, mommy, and pull it and just like launch it at her?
I mean, I did launch it quite aggressively at my sister at one point, and I'm pretty sure I broke it. I'm sorry, Veronica. I broke your sky dancer when we were kids.
And you're finally apologizing for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
But yeah, those things would always like fly up. And yeah, I've been hit by them before. I mean, yeah, they sting, but I think the general idea about it is if you see something coming at you, move.
Yeah, don't like intently stare at it.
Or
don't, if you're going to launch it off, if the whole premise of the toy is to launch in the air, perhaps you shouldn't look straight down at it. Like, this is common sense. Because I'm pretty sure some of these injuries were probably because of that.
I don't think that kids would just like, oh, it's going to go up, and then they just hold it underneath their face and pull it as hard as they can, like a lawnmower.
I would put a large sum of money on a bet for that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure kids did that.
I'm sure a few have done that, but that's the same thing as like those stupid fucks that have a paintball gun, and they just look into the barrel while their thumb is on the fucking trigger, and they shoot themselves and blind themselves. Like, I don't know where they get it in their mind that I can point a gun at my face. I'll be fine.
This is okay.
There's no safety. I'll be fine. I have my own safety. Like, I am safety. And then they blind themselves. The thing is that if something goes up in the air and you know it's going to come back down, know where it is.
Yeah.
Don't just, like, do it and then run away. I mean, a lot of kids, back in the day did do that. Because, I mean, we were crazy. We didn't give a shit.
Thank God we didn't have cameras going on us at all times when we were kids.
Well, I mean, I always had a camera.
Yeah, but we were at least a little bit older.
And doing a lot worse things.
You know what? You didn't have to tell anyone that.
I didn't tell them exactly what we did. Hashtag ass art.
Oh, that's a good one. Let's move on to the next one. No context. The next one is creepy crawlers. I remember actually vividly, so my parents were Jehovah's Witnesses. We never got Christmas presents, birthday presents, but my parents always did this thing that at the end of the school year, the last day of school, when me and my sister came home, my mom would have a bunch of presents for us.
Oh, that's awesome.
And one of those times was the creepy crawler bug maker, like gummy thing.
Yeah.
I fucking loved that thing. It tasted like ass, but you know what? It was awesome.
Yeah, they really didn't taste good, and it was like plastic.
Yeah.
I wonder if it actually was plastic. I'd eat it again.
I can't.
I want to taste nostalgia.
Nostalgia tastes like chemicals.
Apparently third-degree burns, because that's what happened to the kids.
Now, how would this happen?
Well, I mean, apparently, like, when it's cooking, like, the Easy Bake Oven, I think they said went up to, what was it, like 300, 350 degrees or something like that. This apparently went hotter than that. And, along with the whole, like, glass blowing one, like, that went up to 1,000 degrees. That takes the fucking cake for everything, like, as in burns. Because that's instant. You're fucked.
Yeah.
This is like the intermediate between an Easy Bake Oven and glass blowing. And that is making gummy bugs, spiders, and shit like that. And yeah, apparently a bunch of kids fucking got like third-degree burns and a bunch of other horrible things, burning their mouths and stuff.
Can you imagine biting into like molten plastic? Oh, God.
I think the closest I've come is either McDonald's coffee.
Yeah.
Or I bit into a pizza one time when I was in like third grade and it burnt my
cheese?
face. Yeah.
Yep.
I literally had a third-degree burn on my face and they thought my dad put a fucking cigar out on my face. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Yeah, I literally had to go through this whole thing like, guys, fuck you. Listen to me. I know what happened. If I'm going to rat somebody out, I'm going to fucking do it. Like, especially if like they're harming me like that. But I understand their worries and stuff, but yeah, it was just something I had to go through, but...
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was fucking weird fourth grade. Third, fourth grade, somewhere on there.
All right, so on to the next one.
CSI? What?
The CSI Fingerprint Examination Kit.
Oh. I don't know what CSI means.
Crime scene
I'm fucking with you.
I was going to say, man, there's like CSI everything.
Cats secretly ingest? I don't know.
These stupid humans.
And this fat fucking cat, he keeps eating my cake.
Now, this was like a little, obviously, CSI toy that allowed children to look for fingerprints with a special powder and brushes. And the powder turned out to pretty much contain 5% asbestos. So these kids were sprinkling asbestos all over the fucking place. So that's just not good. But, okay, the real kicker about this whole story, the alarm was sounded on this whole catastrophe, I guess you could call it, in November of 2007. So this was another fairly recent one. But the toys maker decided to leave it on shelves for the run-up to Christmas.
Of course.
Just like we said earlier, they were just like, you know what, we really need the cash.
Yeah.
Even though people are already saying, you put asbestos in this, they're like, no, yeah, but revenue.
Morality issues, that's exactly what it is. They have no morals.
Needless to say, there was a civil action lawsuit pulled to stop it, so thank God for that, but still, like, what the fuck?
They should be forced to, like, ingest that shit if they're going to give it to kids. Like, it's one thing giving, like, something to an adult. Like, it's still wrong and horrible to do shit like that, but it's a whole other fucking ballgame when it's a kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
And especially when you're fucking poisoning them and the company's just like, whoops!
I mean, yeah, asbestos has been proven to cause cancer. It is cancer-causing.
Yeah.
That's why for years, there's been a fucking outrage about it. I'm still surprised that asbestos was still approved for fucking...
Insulation.
Yeah, like, what? What?
Yeah.
Not gonna go down that road, but anyway.
That's a whole nother...
That's a whole nother ball game.
That's a whole other episode.
Yep. But, so, before we get to the last two, and some honorable mentions, though, let's have a word from our sponsor.
Nancy. Nancy, Nancy, Nancy. Nancy, Nancy. Nancy, Nancy, Nancy. Spooky. Nancy.
I don't know if I want to keep that or not.
I'm going to let you decide.
Thank you. It always makes the edit process that much more fun.
Are you moving into a new home or remodeling a home or office? Are you trying to sell a home but can't seem to find the right people to buy it? Does the energy in certain parts of the home or office feel uncomfortable, spooky, stuck, or blocked? Do you feel your own personal growth, healing, and evolution has stymied? Has there been sudden pain or illness you can't explain? Has there been any deaths? Is anyone having trouble sleeping, restless children in bed, or night terrors? Is there a lot of fighting and bad experiences with the home or office? Do you ever see moving shadows, flying objects, hear voices, or smell weird odors? Do your appliances or machines break down or have mechanical issues often? Do you seem to be having a string of bad luck? If you've answered yes to any of the following questions, please consider getting a clearing by us. Please contact Reverend Nancy for a quote at 630-340-0877 or her partner Amanda at 719-271-7309 or contact Euphoria Emporium at 715 East State Street in Geneva, Illinois.
And welcome back.
I never left.
I know you didn't. That's okay. I didn't leave either. We were here for each other.
I blindfolded myself.
Yeah, did you see Bird Box?
I was. I'm gonna save it until after we are done with this list because I'm a fucking rage.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I'm about to derail this train so hard.
So number 2 was magnetics. Now, I'm sure everyone's seen these, and they still make forms of these. Like I've seen it this fucking Christmas.
Yeah, they're just sticks with
little magnets.
Yeah, little magnet balls at the end, so you can like make little things, statues and shit.
Well, unfortunately, like small objects. Your kids are always going to eat these small objects. Mm. Well, the dangerous part about these is they were easily breakable, and these magnet pieces were insanely small. So when a kid swallows them, they don't pass through the digestive system. Instead, they connect with each other through tissue walls, sometimes forming large masses that'll twist your intestines and cut off blood supply to specific vital organs.
So you essentially go through organ failure.
You go through an extremely painful death, potentially in hours.
Like, I've gone through organ failure before, and I'm just imagining, like, having that specifically happen. Oh my God.
Like, imagine just having multiple magnets making connections through your intestinal linings.
You're making my stomach hurt.
It makes my stomach hurt.
Oh, man. I feel bad for all those children that have had that happen, or any adults that got too drunk and did it.
Yeah.
Magnetics.
Yeah. That was one that was recalled in 2006.
What?
Yep.
Why does it take so long for these things? Like, why don't you find a way to secure them in like, some fashion or another? And then 2, I'm just throwing this out there really quick, like, why are you buying these for really, really small kids? Like,
perhaps these are toys meant for older kids.
But why are the older kids eating magnets? That's my question.
I mean, in one of the cases that this article that I found this on, it said that a 10-year-old suffered life-threatening intestinal injuries. So a 10-year-old was still eating them.
I mean, I was putting fries up my nose, so I barely can't say that I'm the smarter. I was like, oh, this is like drugs. It's salt. Ow, my brain!
I'm not even going to say something. Oh, man.
So at number 1, what do we have?
Well, before we get to number 1, do you want to do some honorable mentions?
Oh, yeah, let's do some honorable. I thought that said nip slip.
One that I would just like to throw out as an honorable mention. There was a toy in the 1950s called the Austin Magic Pistol. This thing, I could not believe this.
Thrust bang.
No, this was something different. This was it was a gas-powered combustion pistol meant for children.
That one.
It used what the manufacturer called magic crystals, air quotes. And it was basically made from calcium carbide, which, in and itself is a hazardous material. And when mixed with water, the crystals would explode and fire a plastic ball 70 feet or more.
That sounds incredibly dangerous.
I mean, there's a little picture, too. Look at the picture.
Jesus, it looks like a fucking megaphone with fire.
Yeah, it literally... There's a combustion fucking blast.
My second question, is that still available? Because I kind of want it.
Maybe. I don't know. You could probably check eBay. This was a toy from fucking 70 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to... Wait, 7 or 70?
70 years ago.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it'd probably explode in my hand.
Maybe you can't even get it through the mail nowadays. I don't know. All right, what's another honorable mention?
Well, we got those metal playground slides that everybody fucking hated. And they may not be deadly, but this is definitely an honorable mention because every kid who ever played on a metal playground knows not to go on that slide when it's hot out. Like at high noon, you stay away from that thing. You stick to it, and it's like running in gym. And you know how the floors are like, they got that like film over it or whatever it is to make it like smooth.
Yeah.
And then you just hit it, and it doesn't necessarily rip up your knees or anything, but it just like it slides, and it just like burns. It like almost melts your skin as you slide. That's what it fucking felt like. That is the closest you will get to being cooked alive, unless you've been cooked alive, and then I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think everyone can raise their hand. They have been, the older kids can raise their hand that everyone's has a personal story about being on a metal slide.
Well, I still see them from time to time, but I think a lot of people have realized, like, use plastic.
Yeah. It's at least not going to burn the ever-living fuck out of me.
I mean, it's still hot, but it does not burn you like that.
Yeah. Another one, slip and slides. Who here also has been has their knees personally victimized by the sharp rocks underneath?
Mine wasn't so much the knees, because I never really, slid on my knees.
Well, you're going to have to get down, otherwise you're going to belly flop on the fucking hard ground.
I always thought that's how you were supposed to do it. Maybe that's why I didn't like slip and slides.
I mean, either way, then you'd scratch up your chest.
I know, that's why I didn't do it.
Oh, God. There's so many times. I've had so many bloody knees from it.
I never got bloody knees from that. I always got bloody knees from, everything else. Like, the most mundane thing. Like, I'm going to climb this tree. I got in and out of it successfully. Why am I bleeding? I don't understand it. It's just, my blood found a way out.
All right, then. That's a thing.
Wagging a finger to my knee.
What are you doing there?
Stay in the pants.
Well, all right, what's another one?
We got skip it, because everybody likes to break an ankle.
I never broke an ankle, but I did also break my sister's skip it.
Stop breaking your sister's shit, dude.
I was playing with it. It stopped counting. I was like, what are you doing?
It stopped counting, so would you smash it?
No. I put it away and pretended nothing happened.
Why isn't it working?
I don't know.
1, 2, skip a few. But, I mean, along the same lines as skip it, you also have the moon shoes, which is essentially platform shoes for kids that were uneven and broke your ankles.
I never used them.
Really?
I wanted them.
I wanted them, too, because I always wanted to, Spartan kick somebody and see if they'd fly back like those giant bouncy balls when people run at them.
Yeah.
I always thought that would be the same thing, and, you just get so much air. And, being as a kid and, watching, anime and all those other cartoons back in the day, I'm always just thinking oh man, if I could go Super Saiyan and kick you in the chest, you're gonna go through a wall. Which eventually led me to doing one of those jump kicks into my friend Mikey at school, and I got detention. I hit him hard. It was great.
Knowing you as a little kid, yeah, I'm not surprised. You were quite a little bastard.
It seemed like I always had triple Duracell batteries in there and shit.
Always.
Oh yeah.
So on to the number one.
The number one.
At least what we feel is the number one most ridiculously dangerous toy ever made. It's also from the 1950s. And it was the Gilbert U-238 Atomic Energy Lab.
The plutonium playset.
It legitimately gave... It was marketed and described as the most elaborate atomic energy educational set ever produced, and it came with 4 uranium-bearing ore samples and a pre-formatted order form to get more. Can you fucking believe that? Kids in the 1950s were given plutonium to play with.
I think that would really make... Stewie Griffin's skin crawl. An early Family Guy. He's always looking for plutonium, and he just had to go back to the 50s. He's got a time machine, he just needs to go back there and
he could have. He could have easily gotten it, and he could have went and got it for himself.
Exactly.
Oh, you're a kid, here, have this plutonium.
Well, I mean, he stopped wanting to kill his mother at some point. And just
At some point.
Yeah, it's just like, I like guys now. Yeah, he hasn't fully come out yet. I mean, they keep hinting that he's gay. I'm just waiting for him to like finally say it. They just took that whole character in a whole other direction. I want him to come back to killing his mom.
I thought he succeeded in one episode.
Yeah, he did, but it was a giant slap in the face. It was a virtual reality thing. It was a giant what if thing.
Oh, okay.
Even Brian is just like, wouldn't that piss off a lot of people?
Like how when they killed Brian?
Oh, yeah, that was really fucking stupid.
Okay, we went off on a random tangent.
Yeah, it was still about death.
Oh, God, so... Yeah, I don't think there's any room for argument that a plutonium playset is the #1 most dangerous toy.
More limited.
So that was our list of the most dangerous toys that hopefully none of your kids or I doubt little kids should be listening to this, but yeah, no, I'm just going to assume that they're not.
If you're letting your kids listen to this, like...
What's wrong with you? You're probably a bad parent.
No, you're probably awesome and probably should talk to me about putting your kid in a movie.
You're going to keep pushing that.
No, dude, I love kids in horror movies. They're the creepiest little shits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I could see like a cult of people standing outside my window, and it would be really fucking freaky. But if they were half the size...
All kids.
All kids.
Children of the Corn style.
Exactly.
I mean, children are very... I'm always uncomfortable around kids.
They're standing out there in their cloaks and stuff like that, and they finally walk up, and then they just open up their hand, and it's plutonium. One comes in riding that 1800s train. There's a line of fire. He's blasting Ozzy's fucking... or Black Sabbath's Crazy Train.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Literally this Crazy Train.
Oh, I'd love... I'd fucking film it.
So, okay, now that we're done with this list, though, I'm curious, what is your rant about Bird Box?
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, I had to remind you. Tell everyone your opinions on Bird Box.
I liked it, but I haven't seen The Happening.
Pat's just shaking his head no. Now, I have not seen it because...
Pat hated it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I've honestly been... I've been one of those people that... I've been looking at it on Netflix. I see everyone talking about it, but I just haven't been like, yeah, I'll watch it.
I mean, visually, it's nice. It's got good cinematography, an okay direction, and yeah, I roll my eyes at that because I don't care what anybody says. It is literally a direct plagiarized version of M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening. Everything that happens in that movie is almost a direct thing from the others. And,
Oops.
and like M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening, they're running from the fucking wind. They're literally running from nothing. Now, Nikki hasn't seen The Happening, but I went to Honest Trailers because they are just... Love them. They are so quick to the point with how real those movies are, like whether they suck or whether they're good. And they literally rip that movie apart. Like, I loved it. I love their Honest Trailer of The Happening. And so I showed her that, and she even agreed. Like, wouldn't you agree that right after watching Bird Box, it had a lot of similarities?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, well, with the fact that in The Happening, there is the whole... Like, something's happening. Why are people committing suicide? What is going on? That is literally...
The trees
before you-
emitting the toxin.
Before you continue with that connection, should we announce that this is a major spoiler alert?
Obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is a major spoiler alert.
All right, just throwing that out there.
Just saving you guys some time. I mean, if you want to watch it for Sandra Bullock or... who was it? John Malkovich or whoever, or... God forbid MGK.
MGK's in it.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
it's
God.
atrocious. It is atrocious.
He's in it for a sex scene and then to steal a car.
Yeah. That is literally what I told Tim earlier.
He swallowed pills and then fucked the girl that told him that she's a cop.
And he's like, I'm not fucking you. Or she's like, you're not fucking me. And then like 5 minutes later, they're fucking in a back room.
Okay.
And then they steal a car together. And that's all you hear.
That's like the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, basically.
They like brought him in.
Okay, that's not just it, but
pretty close.
That's his. No.
What else
more
did
happens
he do?
in the movie. No, okay, for MGK, yeah, that's it. But
other than saying, guys,
I thought you were saying like that's the first 15 minutes is just the two of them, and I'm like, no, it's not. No.
I will say this though. I will say this is that if you did like The Happening, you will like this movie. This is a better version of The Happening
because nothing happened.
Still nothing happens. Still nothing happens, dude. Like,
I mean, at least it wasn't just them running from whatever it was. They brought in those like other. They brought in. Okay, so like basically the premise is that you see this thing and it makes you want to kill yourself. Mm-hmm. And there's this group of people that see it, but they feel enlightened by it. They're happy to see it. They want everyone else to see it. So they go in and, like, bust into people's homes and, like, tear down all their papers or whatever they have on the windows and, like, force their eyes open so that they'll look at it.
Quick side note. They're not happy running in there. Like, hey, guys, you guys just
do
this. And, smiling. Like,
they're like thugs.
Crazy.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Which would still, I guess, be terrifying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the concept is
so at least
terrifying.
They put some physical thing in there for them to be, like, worried about.
And afraid
other than
of.
the fact that it's just that thing that's outside that we don't know what it is.
But it's not too much of a draw away from the original premise of The Happening. The Happening was about a group of people who are trying to run away from whatever's happening.
No, I haven't seen.
No, I know.
So
I'm just explaining it.
Yeah.
But like they're trying to escape, and it once these people get it, it's just all of a sudden, okay, you know what? I'm just going to drive into this tree, and that's literally what happens in one of the scenes in The Happening. And then you have all these other things that happen in Bird Box, where people are just like running in front of cars. I forgot her name, Sarah Paulson or
Jessica. Well, her character's name was Jessica.
Oh, from American
Sarah
Horror
Paulson,
Story. Yeah. She's in it. And
Sarah Paulson's in it?
Yeah.
I love her.
For like
she's so great.
3 minutes.
Okay, longer than 3 minutes. But
only
the beginning,
she didn't do anything.
No.
She was someone's sister, and then they get into a car accident. Yeah, they get into a car accident, and next thing you know, she crawls out and then just backs up in front of a bus.
Because she saw the thing.
Or a truck or something.
Tried to crash the car, lived through it, and then just like backed up into the street.
Yeah. But at the same time, wasn't Sandra Bullock looking in the same fucking direction? I'm just saying that, like, it's kind of weird that when, like, if we were...
No, she was looking behind, remember?
Was she?
And all the people that were running around and cars that were crashing behind them.
Okay, but even regardless of that, she ends up looking back in the same direction that Sarah's looking, and then they crash. And still, Bullock isn't fucking affected at all. So, it's a... To me, the story's convoluted, not to mention the quick scene at the grocery store once they get there, and there's this fucking dude who's trying to get in, and he's like, "Oh, I know that guy out there who's trying to get in." This dude's pleading, and finally, this guy who's there with the original group
used to work at a supermarket, knows
the guy who's trying to get
outside.
in. And so, like, the dude like won't stop pushing the door open. He finally pushes it open, and the dude just like. He sacrifices himself and just runs at the dude.
Which sucks because I liked him.
Yeah, he was probably
His
the
name
coolest
was Charlie.
one. Yeah. But the thing is that it is literal just shit. To me, it is literal shit. Everything, I called it before everything happened, too.
You do that with every horror
predictable.
movie. He does that with, like, every horror movie. Like,
because
don't let him
every
fool
horror
you.
movie's predictable.
Don't let him fool you. He does it with, like, every freaking movie.
Nothing was as good as Disturbia. I literally, every 3 minutes, I'm like, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And I got everything fucking right. But
again, don't let him fool you. It's all lies.
Fuck you. But I don't know. If you like The Happening, I would suggest checking out Bird Box. But if you did not like The Happening, you are not going to fully enjoy the experience of Bird Box.
Okay.
And that's just to give you the light of it. It's I don't know.
I'll have to think if I want to see that. Of ones that I've seen that I really liked, how about Bandersnatch?
We just watched that last night with Matt.
No, it's not called. It's Black Mirror.
Bandersnatch.
Yeah, that's the name of the movie.
I know, but
It was a Black Mirror thing, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
Black
I
Mirror
understand.
Bandersnatch.
I understand, yeah.
It was fucking great.
Holy shit, yeah.
It fucked with your head. There were so many times that both me and Diane were just like, ooh, sorry, guy, after we made our choice.
Right.
Yeah.
Heck, he kept on trying to kill the dad, and then you ended up killing the dad anyway.
Yep.
Matt and I were like, you know what? If you want to kill the dad, go back on your own time.
Yeah, it was a group interactive thing, and I was like, fine, he'll live. And then at the end, I was like, yes!
He died anyway.
But he didn't finish the movie.
I mean, we got through a bunch of the restarts, but I don't know. I mean, we saw the credits, but it kept having more. So I was like, okay, I guess this isn't fully it. We ended up just kind of like doing something else.
But I would suggest going back and like rewatching that because he didn't do the Netflix one. He didn't get up to that part where you choose the Netflix thing.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, it is really good. I really like that fucking movie. It's all about free will and how you just don't have it. And it is great. It is an amazing movie. I highly recommend that movie.
Like, the main character in the movie doesn't realize... Like, he realizes that he doesn't have control of your body, and he's like, who are you? I know you're there. And I'm sitting there like, hello, it's me.
It's a really big fourth wall breaking experience, but it is really fun.
I loved that about it.
Yeah.
That was one I definitely recommend people to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, out of like all the horror movies recently, I would suggest that one out of pretty much anything.
Of the next horror games, though, how many days until Resident Evil 2?
What's the date?
7th. I think, no, it's not.
Today is the 5th. 20 more days.
You do hear the make a note of the disappointment in his voice.
I don't want to wait. I've been waiting fucking, 20 years.
Well, on the day that everyone's hearing this, it's going to be the 9th, so you'll have...
significantly less time, but still too much.
16 more days.
Whatever, I'll be excited about Broly.
Although, yeah, once that game does come out, we are going to be... we're working on getting our Let's Play channel going.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as that comes out, we're going to be doing a replay of
the original one.
The original Resident Evil 2. And then we're going to do the remake.
Yeah, because you'll be doing Leon's A and I'll be doing Claire's A.
Hell yeah.
That sounds not how I meant to say it. I meant their scenarios.
It sounded Canadian.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, my balls.
You done goofed.
Yeah, I done goofed. So, anything else that we would like to update our loyal fans at?
Currently in the process of revising the Purgatory Heights show that we are going to be coming out with. No official date as of yet, but we do have some little ideas that we're throwing around.
The writers are writing.
They're jotting down things.
That's the first start of writing.
Yeah, it's the first draft of ideas, not even a script yet, but...
Which you guys are going to love it. It's...
Yeah.
Fucking choice.
If you guys like stupid, fucked up humor, you guys are definitely going to get a kick out of this. Obviously, go into it with an open mind, otherwise you're going to fucking hate us.
Probably. A lot.
That's okay. Because I don't care.
But if anybody has seen the original version of the show that we did, we will be, in a way, revising the characters that we had originally been, but not with the same names. So, I will not be Damien, he will not be Jesus, and she won't be Lizzie Borden.
How about that second episode, though? Our most popular episode is that one. I'd just like to put that out there.
It's a fun episode.
There, we had so much fun filming that.
Is that when we find you?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
Finding Jesus. Or the bum. The bum, that was what it's called. The bum.
He is the bum.
I was the bum.
With his house.
Yeah, we had to
It
film.
was my house.
You just have to listen to me.
I just love the fact, too, that the whole scene where I walk in and fall into the bush was just totally on the fly.
In front of people. Mind you,
Yeah.
we were in a public park and people were walking by us as this was happening. And it was freaking great.
The whole scene where I'm in the box and I'm on the side of the river and I'm fucked up.
And I'm pretty much just taking handfuls of Coke and just throwing it in his face. And there's like...
It was powdered. It was like crushed up cereal.
It was powdered milk and sugar.
Ew.
And it was all over. And I was fucked up. It was not fun.
Yeah, and when you have facial hair, it gets stuck and everything.
Oh,
but
yeah.
the funniest thing was that when I was doing that, I had to look up at Rodney and just say, I don't bitch at you because, you
Too much TP for your bung.
Yeah, you got a leaky bum, Rodney. As I'm saying that, somebody is riding behind him on a bike, just staring and like laughing their ass off. And I had to keep a straight face.
You got a leaky bum, Rodney. Use a lot.
Right after I'm putting more Coke in your face, I'm just like,
it was
oh
also
God.
very hard to film. Because, like, I'm watching the people walk by laughing, and I'm like, I'm taking little peeks at them while trying not to laugh at you guys. It was fun. Good times.
It was good times. Good times were had by all.
But it will be coming back with
sometime this year.
A lot more power and a lot more stupidity. Not quite as convoluted of a story. We went fucking over the top with that.
Yeah, we tried putting like a million ideas and rushing it, and that obviously never works.
Yeah.
So
it was fun for what it was.
It was fun for what it was. We had a lot of fun that summer when it was like the end of summer.
Yeah, it was.
That was between October and December 3rd.
Oh.
Was it?
Yep, because December 6th it was snowing and I was freaking out because it was supposed to be like a summer shoot.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Lil, Satan had to be in a very specific garb.
Yeah.
And we had to rush it because that was like the last day.
She was so cold.
Yeah, it was... I mean, that entire last day, I was running around nonstop.
Ugh. With those fight scenes?
The fight scenes, having to run back and forth from the car, and like, because we were in the middle of a field away from everybody.
That was fun.
Oh, that was hectic, but so much fun. Matt fucking shattered his glasses when he got when was it? He got blown back by somebody.
Satan. When Satan appeared, and all of us were thrown back.
The three of you flipped over the bench.
No, he fell to his knees.
Over the bench.
Him and I flipped back.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "I need my drugs."
That's what I said there. Yeah. I totally forgot.
It's kind of quiet, but it's like the look on your face. Just, I need my drugs. But that will be coming back, and I'm excited. I just showed Tim a couple of the ideas that we had, which I will not be getting into because everything has to come as a surprise to you guys. But just know that we are working on it, and we are taking some ideas. If you guys want to, I don't know, suggest anything, we have open ears. So let us know. As usual. Like, subscribe, follow, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Mainly on Facebook. Facebook is our dominant thing. Yeah, it's our dominant thing. We're always on there more than, let's say, Twitter, fucking our half-assed Instagram ones or what have you. But, yeah, Facebook is our main one. So if you want to get in contact with us and you don't want to email us, you contact us on our business page. From there, you could also find the group page, which is the same thing, Witches Hill Radio. Facebook.com/Witches Hill Radio. Radio. Gotta have that ambient
fade
echo.
Out.
Yeah. Hashtag plutonium.
Hashtag plutonium playset, guys.
And don't forget to ride your train when it's crazy and you're burning down things. Yes, with your plutonium. And that gun that shoots 75 whatever. It shoots a ball with... fucking chemical combustion. It looks like a fucking blunderbuss. It's insane. It has like fire coming out and everything. It's for kids! Well, guys, it's been fun. Well, we'll see you next time. See ya.
Adios.
Witches Hill.